Hello, everybody. Let's get started. Okay. So tonight's going to be a lot of struggling. Like last week, when I had one of these. Let me let everybody know I'm live. Let's see. Oh jeez, my Facebook is going off. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me close Facebook so we don't have Facebook stuff happening right now. So like, oh, well, I'm glad Stream Element Spots got me. Okay, focus, 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 focus. One step at a time. Why am I losing followers on Twitter? That's bizarre to me. Alrighty. But I forgot to post in Discord that my stream was going live. So now I'm posting it anyway. Why is everything freezing? Why is everything freezing when I click on it? Hello? Aw. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's put it all together. Oh, it would help if I turn on a light and the camera. Come on, there we go. So, I realize there's a lot of stuff I take for granted. Um, with like my VTubing and stuff that's gonna change once I get my main computer, which I'm definitely still getting. I just have to wait till Silva figures out a way to send it to me. I'm sure Silva will figure it out. I trust in Silva. We trust. It's one of these funny things where like the game is not the game. The computer is built. Um, it just has to get shipped to me. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I was helping a friend of mine who wants to set up to do VTubing stuff, right? Except he's more wanting to do recording than streaming. And we're running into this issue where vMagic Mirror, which is what I recommended him because it's what I use and it's what I know, I'm realizing I haven't messed with a lot of my settings in a long time. Like I got my I did a bunch of research. I became an expert, air quotes expert, in how everything works in order to get my settings just the way I want them, and I haven't touched them in like the better part of a year, even through updates. Everything has just been like, yeah, I've uploaded new avatars, but the actual settings for the streaming settings, I haven't touched. And that is something that I kind of took for granted as we were getting him set up, and we ran into this issue, right? Where vMagic Mirror wasn't connecting to his camera. It was the most bizarre thing where like she'd turn on face tracking, the camera would blink on for a second, but then would instantly turn back off. And it was this this bizarre thing. There we go. And I still haven't been able to find out what was causing it. Still got no idea whatsoever what was causing that to happen. And he can't really, like, he has this camera, he wants to use this camera. He can't really do VTubing stuff till we really figure out how this is supposed to work, you know? Like, yeah, there's a lot of distance between where he is and where his camera is, but like when you look at the camera quality, it's able to pick up everything else. And it's not even doing the thing where like it tries to match his movements. You know, normally when you for VTubers, I guess would know, whenever you turn on face tracking, like, and your model goes from its at rest position to trying to match your face, the model like jumps. It does this like jolt where it goes from like no face tracking to face tracking. It doesn't even do that. It's not doing that at all. And it's this bizarre thing. And the weird thing is, right, it's not activating the camera part of the webcam, but it is activating the microphone part of the webcam. And I'm just like, this is so bizarre, because it shouldn't be accessing any, like, if it can't access the thing, then you'd think it wouldn't be able to access any of it. But nope, it's just that. Let me end. Oh my gosh, today has been so busy for me. Well, it's not been a like, I haven't done too much stuff, but it's felt really busy and it's been kind of stressful. Let me just I'm gonna kick open Facebook, but then gonna mute it. Alright, so I play D&D 5th edition in a group on Wednesday nights. Yeah, boo me because I play D&D, whatever. And I have fun with it. It's fun to play. It's fun to be a player, right? And my DM there is so dedicated to this world. The DM is so dedicated to this world, to this game. He's been running this game for over a year, and he's dedicated so much time and effort and energy into building up this world, right? And he does this very gracious thing with his time, where he lets players who want to go off and do their own thing, instead of like taking up the session time with one person doing one thing while everyone else kind of sits around and like sits on their hands. He lets them do one-shots on different nights. Yeah, I was actually talking about that, Silva. How our DM lets players do those one-shots on different nights, and it leads to these interesting scenarios. And it led to this interesting scenario where, like, now, as I'm getting ready for stream, I see I'm tagged in this group chat, and so like I had skimmed everything up until the most recent thing and saw one of the players, Zandra, maybe because that's gotten quite yeah, so she shares things, she overshares things, and it is while it can be lovable and entertaining, it leads to some very sticky situations. Yeah. Yeah. With the people who were looking for that one fortune-telling girl. I don't know, like, my character wasn't there, and me, the player, was not there for this one shot they did, for this discussion, so I don't know how it went down. Like, the DM said that it was Zandra's tendency to overshare all of the details that led to this scenario, but I don't know how that panned out. Yeah, well, like, Drone can sometimes overshare as well, but I've been getting better about that. I've had to get better about that since we've had a slightly hostile character join the party. And it's this complex thing where, like, I find out that we need to flee the inn, and I was worried that we would have to leave this inn because this inn is not a very secure place to store stuff, and we were gonna have to store our armor and magical items whenever we go to this festival we're going to be going to. And Tom had mentioned we probably want to get a room at a better inn that has locks on the doors, because this inn doesn't have locks on the doors. So we're probably going to want to get a room at a better inn before we store our stuff. But we just made this deal with these people who were like, yeah, we'll sponsor you in the big festival arena. And it's like, where can we find you? Oh, we'll be at this inn that has no locks on the doors. And I was like, but everybody went along with it, so I was like, okay. Get it all with a social security number. Her next destination is Sigil on the 10 a.m. flight from Laviosa. She said she would be arriving there on the night of the... Oh my gosh. It wasn't exactly that bad, and I think the only reason it wasn't that bad was because Zandra didn't have that much detail. Um, it was something else. But yeah, so then like my character had been planning to do a quick like shopping trip to grab a couple sets of clothing, so that way I could take off my. So well, yeah. There's that. But like again, as far as the oversharing with the city guard, if Zandra thought she was in good company, I can't entirely blame her for sharing a little bit more than normal. I do feel kind of bad though, because like, so there's this person we found living in the sewers that's like hiding out in the sewers, and he's a necromancer, so that's why he has to hide. And he has these minions that are like skeleton goblins that he uses to do sewer maintenance in order to create a space for him to hide and live in the sewers, and to help him like survive down here, so it's not, and also make it a little bit more comfortable so it's not complete filth, right? We found him once, had this great conversation, he gave us directions to help us get to where we were going. Then we found him a second time and dropped off a Warforged we rescued, because in this world Warforged are hunted, and was like, hey, can you help protect this person? And like, since you know all of the ways around here, like, can you keep an eye on him so we can figure out what to do with him, if we have to get him out of the city, or if we can find a way to cure him, because we found out he wasn't always a Warforged, he used to be human, but someone reverse Pinocchio'd him from a real boy into a Warforged. And now, for the third time, we're showing up on this dude's doorstep. Except now it's all of us, and we're like, yeah, the city guard's after us. Like, that, like at that point, I'm worried we're bringing too much heat to this poor guy, so he might just turn us all out. So then we've got us plus the Warforged, and he might turn us all out and then like just flee on his own, because the Necromancer has his own objective. Thankfully, the DM was like, hey, you have the shopping trip you wanted to do, and you wanted to do it separately. You could say you did the shopping trip in the morning before everything else happened, because it was something we talked about that night. Which reminds me, I was... Sorry, I'm going to be doing a lot of weird... Hold on, why might Dramsberg be in trouble? Wait, do you know something I don't, Silva? Why would Dramsberg be in trouble? Like, if they're after us, so like... Dramsberg is the home in which one of the characters is from. Well, I mean, even if she did speak of Dramsberg, they're not related to this at all. They're not connected to stopping this assassination attempt. They're just the town one of the characters is from. That's like saying, hey, Drone has a room where he's always welcome in Hammerfell, because he's a local hero. He's a folk hero background. So now we're gonna hunt down Hammerfell. Like, well, it's not exactly the same, because Hammerfell's a big city and Dramsberg's a small town, but like, that's not the point. Anyway, I want to I want to message my DM because he was like, you can do your shopping trip one line at a time and we can just do it over text. So I'll just message him. Some stuff. So my model might do some weird things as I type up stuff. It's funny doing this while I'm streaming, but like I want to do this while I remember it. The rest of the shopping trip can be whatever. If I'm not gonna respond, like if he says something happens, I'll probably share it with the rest of you. But it'll probably be just one sentence at a time via text, like ye RP forums of old. Which is funny saying that because that's how Nabaru actually does things with her RP things. She does things via text in kind of, I think she said she does it like on a forum style. Hey CeeLo! How are you doing? How are you doing tonight? How was your week, CeeLo? Also, Silva, how was your week? I know I've talked to you a little bit over the course of the week, but I am curious if you've done anything exciting. It was decent. That's cool. Did you eat anything tasty, Silva? Did you eat anything especially like tasty and delicious? Feel like it went by too fast? Oh dear. I want to do this while I'm still remembering it. Hey Nabiru, how are you doing? How was your week, Nabiru? Did you eat anything exciting this week, Nabiru? So CeeLo, you say yeah, CeeLo was just saying that. It felt like the week flew by so fast. This week, it feels like, so like on Sundays, I run a Lancer game, right? And I usually don't plan too far ahead. If I don't have to, because I want to give a lot of freedom for my players to do things. That's one of the things I did in past campaigns. I over-planned, and I planned so far ahead that I think I wasn't always taking into account player choice. And I think that might be why the players got bored. Okay, hold on. Okay, cool. I've sent the messages I want to send. But yeah, I can't believe it's February, honestly. It flew by so fast, which reminds me I have some soy milk I need to use. I need a drink. Or I might make some vegan cheese with it. A little bit worried because my last couple recipes I worked on didn't turn out the way I wanted them to. Hopefully it's not tomorrow too. Oh my gosh, not the Groundhog's Day. But yeah, sorry, I was in the middle of a sentence and I teetered off because I do that. So like I try not to plan too far ahead with my Lancer campaign. Like I planned a lot at the beginning, but like I want to make sure I leave a lot of room for player decision and growth and things to happen, right? And I'm planning for them to reach the end of what I have planned and then us to go on more randomized adventures. Um but it feels like our last session was yesterday and I am now like what 2 days away. I'm less than yeah, I'm less than 2 days away from the next session. Um, oh my gosh. Um, oh my god. I just saw a funny meme. Somebody said my dad goes to a bar with his friends every Friday and he makes a list of discussion topics. And it's like agenda has the date, NFL playoffs, the never-ending Aaron Rodgers saga, using an agenda on a date really has happened. Feedback on bourbon tasting event, new trolling motor and location, Bud versus Bud Light, general discussion. This is at the bottom of this list. Please do be on time. As you see, we have a great deal to get through. And the concept of someone uh, handing out a discussion, handing out an agenda as if you're at a meeting for like a get together at a bar just sounds like it sounds so bizarre and so stressful that like it's gotta be a meme. It's gotta be someone's like I find it so hard to believe that someone would do that unironically because that just sounds so stressful to keep track of. Because I get stressed out when I go to meetings. Like if someone tells me that they want to meet me at a certain day for lunch in order to like talk about something, com or even if I know what we're talking about, right? I will stress out. I will go nuts over it and like the day of the thing, if I know I have to be at the thing, I'll either be super prepared for it or I'll just feel terrible and cancel at the last second. So like the idea of someone expecting me to show up ready for a discussion at a bar, like I would just be like I would be so frazzled. But yeah, it feels like my last Lancer game was just yesterday, not that it's going to be in like 2 days. Like the next one's going to be in 2 days and like I have limited planning done, which is kind of good, kind of bad. My player stopped in the middle of a murder mystery. Uh so leaving it open means that I can improv based on what the players do. I know who done it. I just don't know how the players are going to find out who done it. Um so there's a lot of stuff involved, but this week has flown by. Like ever since so I got the bed installed in here in the basement. Like what was it? Hold on, let me check. Boop 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 boop. Twitter. Let me check Twitter. Twitter will tell me when I put the bed in because I tweeted that day. Nope, that's the wrong thing. I want to go to media because that's going to have the pictures I shared. Yeah, some sci-fi bed. All right, it was January 29th, which I think was... When was January 29th? Let me check my calendar. Of course, as I mistyped, I'm trying to do it. So my phone has as its lock that thing where you do like where you draw a shape in order to unlock it. And I was trying to do it without holding my phone properly, and it wasn't going. Okay, January 29th was, yeah, it was Sunday. So it wasn't, it was this past Sunday. Yeah. I got the bed installed Sunday, right? And then Monday, Tuesday, I had a stomach bug that was really bad. Like, what was it? Monday night into Tuesday morning. And I had to do things all week. Like, it's like, let me look back on my calendar. Now this got me thinking, what did I get done this week? So when I say bed installed, it's an inflatable bed that we had to clear space for and do a whole setup in order to make space for in the basement, right? So like, okay. I got the bed installed Sunday. Monday, I had the interview for my food stamps, right? Which went really well. And I was super stressed about that. It took, the interview took less than 5 minutes. But I was so stressed about it, I was frazzled the entire day, both before and after the meeting. And also just getting used to a new bed to sleep in. And then Monday night into Tuesday night was this really bizarre experience in which I was dealing with this stomach bug, and I was so much obsessing over what direction my players were going to take with the murder mystery. And I was thinking about it so heavily, thinking about the campaign so much that I just got lost in the sauce. And I think that's the best way to describe it. Of thinking about all the different directions and the problems I was going to put before the players and wondering about all the different ways they could approach it. And I fell asleep thinking about that, right? And then I woke up. And like, when I woke up, I was freaking out. I couldn't tell the difference between imaginary and real. I couldn't tell where game problems stopped and real problems started. Everything was bizarre and I was getting hysterical. And like, it was this bizarre experience where like, I also, I started to think that I was fighting with my blankets, and at first I thought my blankets had one of my blankets turned into peanut butter. Then I thought the other blanket turned into a boulder, and then I couldn't get these mental images of boulders and peanut butter out of my head, and everything was swirling around. And I think I had a panic attack. I should have taken my panic attack medicine. I really should have. And it was this bizarre thing, and like, I had my housemate check the CO2 detector the next morning after things calmed down, and he said that the one is working. So if there was any, the carbon monoxide detector, sorry, not the CO2. I had him check the carbon monoxide detector, and it was fine the next morning. So he said if I inhaled any carbon monoxide, it wasn't enough to be lethal, thankfully. But whatever was going on with me, I don't know if it was related to the stomach bug or what it was related to, but I was just so freaked out on Tuesday. Yes, it was. My housemate was like, that sounds like an acid trip without the acid. I wasn't high at all. If anything, I was low because I'm in the basement. Bum. And on Tuesday, I had a meeting with my psychiatrist, psych something. I think it's psychiatrist. And so like we talk about mental health things. So I talked about that, and she's like, maybe you inhaled some carbon monoxide. I'm like, well, the detector's here. She's like, I don't know what would cause that. I'm like, it's only ever really happened like once before. And she's like, okay. And I like, my housemate was like, I'm surprised she didn't ask what you were on. And now I'm just mentally imagining, my psychiatrist just taking a note in her, like putting in her notes about me, like may have slipped into drug use or something ridiculous like that about me. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So like, all right. When I was a kid, I had so much trouble waking up. My mom would wake me up for school, you know, standard child stuff, right? And my mom would have to get ready for work too. So she'd wake me up and she'd be like, go get ready, you know, for school. And then she would go get ready. And there was this one time where she woke me up, right? And I was like, I gotta get ready. I've gotta get ready. I've gotta get ready. I've gotta get ready. And like getting started in the morning when you have ADHD, it's really hard. I'm just getting started in the morning, period. It's hard. And like I fell asleep and I dreamed that I finished getting ready, that I got to school, and that I was partway through my first subject at school when my mom woke me up and she's like, what are you doing? And I looked down, and not only did I not get ready, but I had fallen back into bed. I just fallen right backwards where she'd woken me up. I hadn't moved from that spot, except I just fallen back onto bed, and I was still in my PJs. It was absolutely ridiculous, and I'm not sure if I'll ever forget that. No, I don't know. I guess at some point we all forget something. Which is kind of sad, but so yeah, I had that whole experience Monday night into Tuesday, and then like I was dealing with this stuff Monday night where like I was ravenously hungry, but I couldn't get any food down, and I was just like overwhelmingly bloated and gaseous, and my stomach was just upset all the way around. And it was just not fun whatsoever. And so I dealt with more of that on Tuesday, like going from Tuesday into Wednesday. And then like Wednesday, I started to feel better. Like I slept most of Wednesday, and then I woke up for D&D, and I had a clear head, and I instantly felt better. So my Tuesday night Lancer game, that was rough. That was a rough game for me because I was not feeling great Tuesday night. But my Wednesday night D&D game, that went pretty well because I was feeling better. Thursday night, I was feeling 100%. Why did my... And then today is Friday. Yeah, that was something I even told the DM about that. So there was this thing where we were in this fighting arena, and like my character's lawful good, right? So he abides by the laws as long as he respects the authority that put the laws in place. Like, and that's how I translate lawful good. I don't translate lawful good as like lawful stupid. I translate lawful good as I respect the rule of law and the purpose of laws, and I will respect the laws as long as I respect the entity that put the laws in place. if I see laws that are put in place by an entity that I do not respect, then I will not abide by those laws. That's how I translate lawful good, right? And we entered this kind of death game that was like, our characters were in this death arena where we were fighting to the death. And we knew that before we went into the arena. They told us before we went in. So my character is operating under the assumption that everyone else we're fighting has made the same decision we have, and is kind of making the switch from, okay, all right, whoever we fight, we have to kill them. If they kill us, if they beat us, they kill us. We get told before we go into this fight, oh, don't let this opponent's looks fool you. She's a powerful witch, even though she looks like a little girl. She didn't seem to run. She didn't seem scared. She seemed like she was sizing us up. We fought her. Somebody else defeated her. She was unconscious, and my character goes up, and I have this hammer that if I kill something with this hammer, it gets turned to ash. It gets immolated. So I just bashed in her skull with the hammer, killing her and incinerating her body, and then I made this big show of stomping on her ashes in order to rile up the crowd. And like, if I told the DM afterwards when I was talking to him the other night, I was like, if we find out that she did not have the same choice we had, which it's kind of hard to say whether she had that choice because the first opponent we fought didn't have that choice either. Well, what was the... Okay. So, the stomping was a bit out of character, but he was putting on a show in order to accomplish a goal. It's kind of... It was a bit more chaotic than lawful, but it was kind of abiding by this, the law of this place is live or die. Live or die by the crowd. So that's kind of where I was going with it. Because I thought we had this mutual understanding that, like, well, if she beat us, she would have killed us. And there's kind of a freedom to like cut loose from like standard morality and logic there, which is kind of this weird gray area. But yeah, if we find out that like she, like, you know, the DM was like, yeah, you know, I get it. If you see like missing posters for her around town, you're probably gonna have a reaction. I'm like, yes, I will. If I see missing posters for her around town, and I find out that she was kidnapped and forced to fight in that arena, there will be problems. Because that means I just slayed an innocent, and that's a problem. And the thing is, he specifically, normally he says, okay, it's dead, right? It slumps over, defeated, dead, right? But this time he said, slumps over, unconscious, letting us know that she was still alive. To make the killing thing an important, like, a step that we had to take. Which I don't know if that counts as character development. Might be more of like a regression into more chaotic nature. We'll see. All I know is we're gonna be slinking around in the sewers. Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah, we're gonna be sewer slinking. It's gonna be. Well, because like I was sharing earlier, I don't know if you were here for this, Nabiru. We found out that one of our party members had like gone to a meeting with the city guard and discovered that the assassination that she was here to stop, the city guard is in on the assassination. And all we were told was that apparently whatever the situation was, he made it worse by oversharing and telling too much information to the city guard, and now the city guard is after us. So we're now on the run in the sewers. Yeah, so I don't know if you were here when I mentioned this or if Silva's mentioned it. Our DM lets us do one-shots of our characters going off to do their own thing. In order to like better gauge and feel how things go and not take up the limited time we have for our group session. And it's like okay. So it's this thing. Geez, we've started talking so much about D&D. I have half a mind to change the entire direction of tonight's stream and just talk about D&D all night. Yes, perfect assassination does not need to be stealthy though. Nobody will notice if there's no one to notice. Yes. Yes, if you kill everyone before they get a chance to call for help. Wait, what? No. Oh, sounds good to you. Change the entire stream to just talking about D&D all night. Talking about D&D and role-playing games. Can I make a poll in the chat? Let me... We could. Even though witnesses, there can be no one around to notice if no one is... Yeah, it is. Let me just do something real quick. I want to see, because I've wanted to try this for a while. How do I do this? I wanted to try doing this. Hold on. Engage with your audience. Start poll. Okay. 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 I made a poll. No, that wasn't the button I wanted. Where did my... Alright, all three of you voted 100% yes. Alright. Alright, everybody. Alright, so we are taking a hard left turn to change direction. We're turning this into a Friday night free chat. That sounds cool. Friday night free chat. Could do that more often. And we're going to change the background music too. You have this having this skill gun in a fantasy setting. Yes, the skill gun. Okay, hold on. Make bullets. Yeah, gun is kind of irrelevant without bullets unless you're going to be beating someone with it. All right, so just change that. They had that in Assassin's Creed 2 thanks to, yes, Da Vinci. Da Vinci, the maker of all things. All right, and bop, 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 a dop. Bop, a dop, 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 a dop. Bop, a dop. Dr. Stone in D&D. Isn't that just an artificer? Like, isn't Dr. Stone Senku just an artificer? All right, I've changed the description and the thumbnail. Now I'm gonna. I know there's no background music right now. I'm gonna have to change the background music in just a second because we need some thematic background music here. Yeah. There we go. We need some thematic background music. And all right, music provided by. Okay. There we go. All right. So I've changed the description. Oh, I didn't change that. It's not gaming. I need to change this to blogs and. All right, and take this off of gaming. I'll leave this in gaming. Well, it's more blogs. People in blogs because we're just chatting. There we go. Cool. Changed how we're doing. All right. So we're talking about D&D and stuff, and we've got some medieval lo-fi going. Gonna end the poll. Got everyone voted for that. So if we're talking about D&D, we're talking about role-playing games, right? We're talking about RPGs, tabletop role-playing games, other like forum role-playing games, all that stuff. So I don't want to talk too much about my Lancer campaign because I know that sometimes my players watch and I don't want to reveal anything. Hello Nestle, how are you doing this evening? Well, it's evening here. I don't know what it is there. Oh, Oh, CeeLo, do you play Lancer? Yeah, it is. It is very fun. Yeah, I play in one game with some of my friends, and I run another game, and that's been okay. Nestle, uh I'm sorry if I spoke too quickly. How was your week, Nestle? Um, yeah, CeeLo. Lancer is it can be a blast. Yeah, it can be. The thing that I like about Lancer is something I saw somebody mention that I've had a lot of fun doing, and it's that while it takes place um in this like sci-fi world, this sci-fi universe, right? With space travel and space communication. I'm doing well, Nestle. Um, do you, Nestle, have you played any tabletop role-playing games? Um, and one of the things that I really like about Lancer that I've been really enjoying is that while it takes place in this sci-fi futuristic world with this sci-fi setting and all of this faster than light travel, faster than light communication, huge human diaspora spread across the stars, there's space magic, but it's scientifically explained space magic um, that does that mean something? Well, I'm gonna trust you that it doesn't mean a bad word. But I will say, Privet Sasha. What what does that mean, Nestle? Oh no, did I just agree to something? Oh, it means hello. Okay. Sorry, I'm always uh I guess I deal with a lot of yeah, I guess I shouldn't always be suspicious of things. One interesting system I saw a session of on YouTube is Cortex Prime. Hmm. How was your week, Nestle? No, Nestle, I don't know any Russian words. What's Cortex Prime, CeeLo? That sounds really cool. But yeah, so Lancer has rules for making these monsters. And so I've made a bunch of dragons and I've incorporated them heavily into my game. And it's been really fun, like having this juxtaposition of all of this math and science to all of this, like these traditional fantasy elements like dragons and fate of the world type stuff that you so often see in fantasy stories. Prepare to misunderstand. Nelly la is pretty good. Everything is calm. Oh. Oh, okay. How did you find my stream, Nestle? I'm always curious how people found how we get like new people. I'm not like saying, oh, new people go, like I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I'm always curious where I'm getting exposure or reach, or where people are finding me from, because I want to be reaching out to lots of people, you know? I want to expand the community and welcome new people all the time. But yeah, so that sounds really fun, Nestle. Welcome to stream. I hope you have fun here. And yeah, that's one thing I like. So as far as like me with tabletop role-playing games, my main game for years that it seems so bizarre because I haven't touched in so long is a superhero game called Mutants and Masterminds. I own most of the rule books of Mutants and Masterminds, but right now they're all in storage and I haven't touched them. I used to make content. That was my thing for a little while. I was the Mutants and Masterminds channel. I was making character builds and I was all prepared. Just crank out a new character build every week and just be the Mutants and Masterminds channel. Some of the people who follow me and watch me, I'm going to try talking slower so that way Nestle can follow along. Some of the people who are a member of this community that watch me and follow me. How much time do I have? Do you mean what time is it? It's 9:34 p.m. where I am, so kind of late, but I will probably be streaming for another hour and a half. Converting a non-tabletop game story into one, yeah, that would be very intense, Nabiru. Like, I had enough of a challenge translating the Lost. Very different time, Nestle. Um, I uh, did you eat a good breakfast, Nestle? I ran into a lot of challenges when I was translating Lost Mine of Phandelver, the starter D&D adventure, the starter D&D 5th edition adventure, over to the base I used for my Lancer campaign. That served as the base skeleton for my for me designing this starter world for them to start on. I don't know what I will use for the other worlds once they leave this world and start exploring. But the other worlds will probably be less detailed than this one, because I wanted this to be the one where the players got used to the system and got used to working together and started their story together. It's funny, the dungeon master of the Wednesday night Dungeons and Dragons game I play in asked if he could join my Lancer game, and said, you know, if at the next good story I won't say what city I live in, but I will say I live on the east coast of America. Tell me, wait, what? No, did you get to the end of Lost Mines of Phandelver? I've run that adventure like 3 times, and I have never gotten all the way to the end of it. I might prove more stereotypes than I disprove, but feel free to ask me any questions. Xandra actually ran that for Reed and I. We made it to the end and went into other things. That's cool, Silva. Be interesting to see in all other TTRPG systems. Yeah, the whole wizard fiasco was crazy. It was difficult. We almost had a TPK. Oh, at what part did you almost have the TPK? Wait, what? No. Recently, I thought about converting a few of mine into D&D or tabletop just to see how broken it could be. Well, the stories... The thing with translating into D&D into tabletop is you have to take into account combat encounters. We watch cartoons here. People here watch cartoons, and we watch media from a lot of other countries, especially Japanese cartoons are very popular here. Yes, Nestle. I watch cartoons. I don't know what cartoon you are referring to. Anytime we encountered undead enemies, they would just yeah. Oh goodness, Nabiru. Anytime we encountered undead enemies, for your... Did you have a cleric or some kind of healer in the party? Wait, what? No? Oh no. Did they keep rolling well and surviving on 1 HP? Because that's what Undead Fortitude does, right? Oh no. damage reduces to 0, makes a Constitution saving throw with a DC of 5 plus damage taken. Unless it's radiant or from a critical hit. Oh, so if you end up doing like 2 damage or whatever, it's gotta be... And its con saving throw is a +3. Oh. So if you do like 2 points of damage, it's only got to beat a 7 and just bounces back. Oh, Marshall. Oh, I am so sorry. Wait, what? No. That's rough. Nestle. I cook at home very often, but I do sometimes eat out as a treat. Yeah, status effects and not just brute force. Yeah. The thing is, marshals have are very limited in what they can do in a lot of situations. Like, depending on what you define, fighter, barbarian, rogue, and an expert sidekick. Oh no. Well, at least the rogue can help with disarming traps and stuff. And if the rogue goes into arcane trickster, they get some tools. And if your fighter goes into Eldritch Knight, you get some casting, some limited casting and cantrips. Incredible meme. Oh, Marshall in Pathfinder 2, happy Mr. Incredible. Oh, Marshall in D&D 5e, cursed Mr. Incredible. Trap the undead in a pit full of spikes. Watch them get damaged, heal, damaged, heal. Oh, what casting did your barbarian have? Was it like a dragonborn with a breath weapon or something? Oh, was it like whatchamacallit, that Spirit Guardians? The Path of the Ancients or something? Or was it some other like really powerful barbarian subclass? Nestle says, if anyone has any questions for Russians, things you want to know about Russian, to put them in the chat, because I guess Nestle can translate them and answer. If you do put any questions you have for Russians in the chat, be sure to tag Nestle so that way they know that you're talking to them. I told everyone to tag you to at you if they have any questions for you. Oh, Storm Herald. That's the one with like the lightning stuff, right? I am the storm that is approaching. Oh my gosh. I've seen so many memes of that song. I've seen so many memes of that song. Also, the music that we're doing tonight, since we're doing D&D talk, is Medieval Lofi. You You may have to refresh the page to see it, but I put a link to the Medieval Lofi 24/7 stream in the description. I don't technically have to, but I still like to give some kind of attribution because I like the music and I thought it was thematic since we're talking about D&D. So this isn't a D&D thing, this is a Pathfinder thing. I have only ever played in one Pathfinder 2 game. Can you poison a skeleton and why can you? I feel like this is like a knock-knock joke. Is this a knock-knock joke? I'm glad you are having fun, Nestle. I hope to be a good example of English for you. I was a samurai fighter and my sister played a thief rogue. Nestle, sometimes I do writing streams where I write and my words are up on the screen. Hopefully those can be good examples of English for you. I was a samurai fighter and my sister played a thief rogue. Ooh. Samurai fighter. That's the one where like if where you can like gain advantage all the time, right? A brightly colored rogue? Uh-huh. You said that was your sister? Did you I hear brightly colored rogue. Ah, you're right. Okay. Samurai's the one that gets to like take a full turn if they die, right? I gotta look it up. No, at 3rd level as a samurai fighter, as a bonus action on your turn, you can give yourself advantage on all weapon attack rolls until the end of the current turn. Isn't that a thing? Or is this a... yeah. Nestle. What did you have for breakfast? Bright colored rogue, orange. Yeah, I was actually about to ask that. Did she wear an orange jumpsuit and a headband? And did she scream, "Believe it"? My favorite D&D subclass was Battle Master. Then I found out everyone in Pathfinder has access to maneuvers. Yeah, a lot of people have said that that's one of the things that people were hoping that they'd fix in 1D&D, and now I'm not so sure if anyone's really hoping for anything from 1D&D. And that is making Battle Master maneuvers standard parts of fighter. In the book only had it only had 10 hit points? I don't remember the 10 hit points, but I remember you give yourself an advantage on all attack rolls. You can use it like 3 times. Nestle, what did you eat for breakfast? Your first meal of the day. A dragonborn with rainbow hair who forgot she... Well, the thing is, the dragonborn breath weapon only is like 1 use a day, and I don't think it scales with character level. So, like, it's really good at first, but then as you level up, it just peters off in usefulness, and it gets really frustrating because you'd really hope that, like, as you become a stronger dragonborn, your breath weapon will become more powerful. Albeit, Forgotten Realms Dragonborn lore is really weird, and most DMs completely ignore it because it's really weird. Oh my gosh, a bard singing, playing anime songs. Nestle, what do you do for fun? But yeah, I thought, like, I remember in the playtest when they were playtesting, they had the whole thing about the advantage, and that was the big thing a lot of people liked about the samurai was the giving the advantage. But did they take that out in the final release of it? If you mix bard plus artifice, you get a simple gear. My favorite food is spaghetti, but tomorrow I will eat regular sandwiches with cider and sausage. That sounds very tasty, Nestle. What do you do for fun? Maybe. I honestly, I don't remember the temporary hit points. I remember the extra. I remember the advantage on attacks. But I don't remember the I don't remember the temporary hit points. But I only played it during the playtest. I didn't play it when it actually got released. Yeah, here's a guide here. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I see this. I'm Googling it now. And that's one of the things people say is one of the big strengths of the fighter samurai. The samurai is that here we go. Yeah, here I found a guide on it, and in the second paragraph of the guide of how to play a samurai, it says mechanically the samurai is a powerhouse because of the ability to just decide I have advantage this turn a few times a day. Taking advantage of your on-demand advantage is key to playing samurai, and we'll discuss ways to do that as we go through the options for this class. Yeah, this is a guide for playing the samurai fighter, and it makes references to doing that advantage. You just 3 times a day, you get to say I have advantage for every attack this turn, and you combine that with action surge, and you can get off a bunch of attacks all with advantage. It can help you with dealing with hitting hard ACs and to just cranking out damage. Nestle, do you have any hobbies? Last time I played was a one-shot of me as a level 8-ish wizard going through a dungeon, basically messing around with more soft rules, more narrative-oriented. Ooh, narrative exploration sounds fun, CeeLo. Here, I don't know how effective this. I don't profess to the accuracy or not accuracy, I don't profess to the efficiency of this guide, but it's on a semi-reputable web page. But here, wait, what? No. Can I just reply to you? Uh, Here, I don't know if this is helpful or not, but hopefully this helps you with your character sheet in your game. I don't know why your book said something different. I'm very confused as to why that happened. Nestle, do you play any games? Oh, that's cool. You're fond of programming and a bit of YouTube sometimes. Nestle, what do you stream? Ah, ooh. Gotta burp. Yeah, wikis are quite useful for things. Nestle, what games do you play? Yeah, the wikis are very useful for stuff, and I feel like a lot more people are going to be using wikis. Um, now that Wizards has lost a lot of its goodwill. Nestle, a link to my Twitter is in the description. I'll just put it in. I'll just put it in. Hope I'm not being too loud for my roommates upstairs. Like whenever I speak slower, I'm trying to speak slow and clear so Nestle can understand me, but I'm worried that my volume is going to go up too high. So I'm going to have to modulate my volume slightly. Because I don't want to wake up any of the people, because like there's people sleeping directly above me. Let me get my link to my Twitter. I know there's a thing sharing my Twitter. Oh, you're here. There we go. I think I've heard of that, CeeLo. I think I've heard of that. Stalker, what is that game? Stalker. What is this game? I've heard of Hollow Knight. I didn't know they made an RPG. Stalker is a first-person shooter survival horror video games. Oh. Oh, using nuclear radiation as the source of monsters. Okay. Okay, Nestle, be careful. I don't want you to get in trouble, Nestle. Nestle, I do not want you to get in trouble. Please be careful. You think D&D will go the way of 4 kids, or it won't be that bad? Oh, Team Cherry isn't responsible for it. Okay. That's cool that someone's made that a fan has made an entire RPG around it. So I think so I don't know how, I mean, I've talked a little bit about it, but Wizards of the Coast took drastic action releasing the SRD in Creative Commons. That was a drastic action that no one saw coming. But it was a drastic action they needed to take. I will say for now, we don't know whether it was too little too late. Only time will tell if customers will stick with Wizards of the Coast. So I can't say one way or the other whether that company will stay around or not. TTRPG systems I've studied are D&D, Pathfinder, GURPS, World of Darkness, Savage Worlds, Cortex Prime, Cognate Role Play, Lancer. Never actually played any of them. Oh, I hope you get a chance to play at some point. Savage Worlds is fun. Savage Worlds has so much customization. I just worry that like their damage system. So one of the big yes, that is an amazing amount of games that you've studied, that you've learned CeeLo. And I think one of the it's really important to learn a lot of different game systems, because I believe learning different game systems and playing different game systems as well, when you can, makes you a better player at all of the other game systems, because you stretch your mind and you get used to thinking in new, different ways, coming up with new solutions by thinking in new directions. There is a saying that a mind is like a ball of clay that when it gets stretched in a new direction can never be fully returned back to its original shape. Now, I know obviously you can reshape clay. That's not an entirely accurate comparison, but like it's close. Nestle, on Minecraft, do you speedrun? Well, Okusen, we didn't plan. I didn't plan on doing a TTRPG session, a TTRP not session, a TTRPG stream. But then like I went on a tangent and then I put it up for a vote. I made a vote that I put it up for everybody, and I was like, how would you all feel with changing the entire topic of tonight's stream and turning it into a TTRPG stream? Um, and everybody voted yes. So, since I got a unanimous vote that everyone was okay with changing the subject and doing a TTRPG stream, that's what I did. I changed all the description. I haven't changed it I haven't changed any of my postings yet. All my postings say it was an Armored Core stream, but we ended up not doing it, and I don't know, because I'm at a really hard part in Armored Core that I might grind off. I'm debating like grinding this part that I'm stuck on in Armored Core off stream, just so I have more time to beat my head against the wall, and then getting someone to edit together all of my failed attempts into one montage in order to move forward with the story. The brain is clay, which is why I love making RP worlds. Constant creativity and often difficulties if you make brand new concepts. The only time I played for real, I was GMing for a friend using D&D 4e as a basis, but altered to use 3d6 because it's what we had. Somehow accidentally yes, when you accidentally remake GURPS. Yes, when you accidentally remake GURPS. Maybe I just need to turn all my streams into just chatting streams. Give up the gaming thing altogether. Just do writing and just chatting streams. Okusen, we also have an international viewer with us. Someone going by Nestle, who is from Russia, and they said if you have any questions, if you've ever had any questions about Russia, to tag them in the chat when you say it. I think they're still here, and they'll put it through a translator. I guess they're learning English, and they're practicing their English by listening to me talk, and I have no idea how effective that is. Whenever I talk to them, I try to talk slow and clear for the translator, and it sounds like it's working kind of so far. We've been having some conversation back and forth. So I always welcome new people. Okusen, do you get a chance to play in any other games besides our Sunday Night Lancer game? I hope so. They said they hope to tune into more streams to get more English practice. I just hope that I'm a good person to learn from. I guess that's always the terrifying thing of someone learning from you, is you're just hoping that they don't pick up all of your worst traits. Ooh. Yes, it definitely builds character. Last game I played was 2 weeks ago, a 2-person GM and player campaign. My 6-year group is finally starting a continuation of the first campaign we played together. Oh, that's so exciting, Okusen. Can you tell us a little bit? Oh, it's both in 5e. That's great. Can you tell us a little bit um about your character? Can you tell us a little bit about your character in that campaign? Oh, I was going to tell you all about the one time I played Pathfinder. Only game I played Pathfinder. I played for like 3 sessions before I had to stop, so that way I could focus more on trying to drive and earn money, and that was when I was still working. Um, I played a cleric. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Pathfinder deities or how they all work. I barely know anything. I only know one deity in Pathfinder, and that was the only one I had to learn because I thought it was cool. I have a dice addiction. With more miscellaneous dice in between. They have a dice addiction. Oh, I don't know. Wait, what? No, I think that's just I think that's just being a TTRPG gamer. I think that's just being a gamer. 27 sets of dice with a few miscellaneous dice here and there. That sounds like a good mid-sized collection. As a viewer, I find I enjoy watching streams in 2 modes. With big streamers, it feels like being in a stadium and cheering with the crowd. Small streamers, it's like sitting at a bar with friends. That's definitely true. But if you put me at an actual bar with friends, I don't think I'd be this talkative. Well, with friends, maybe. With new people, I don't know. Like, if a new person had just walked up and started talking to me, at a bar, I'd probably just be like, or I would be steering the conversation. I would probably be steering the conversation to try to get the other person to talk. But like, I get a new person in chat and I'm all smiles. It's all about, oh yeah, cool, I'll talk. Because like streaming is whenever I'm kind of conditioned to. I've been streaming for about 4 years off and on, and that's when I'm very conditioned to be talkative. It's not a few, it's a large amount of D6s. But you can never have too many D6s. Have you ever bought one of those bricks of D6s that have like, I don't know how many D6s? They're like 80, like between 30 and 60 D6s. Have you ever gotten those bricks of them? Where they're like medium to small size and they're all the same color? Usually if I get into a small streamer's channel but they don't interact with chat, I lose interest. Well, I hope that I'm holding your interest, CeeLo. With a random D10 and D20. Yeah, I used to play Magic the Gathering, and that's where I got some of my early D20s. But D10s are kind of magical, because you can use them for a D10, or if you get 2 of them, you can use it for a D100 for percentage roll. I know them from a meme. I know the Nerd God because his name is on the Pathfinder Rules Wiki Archive of Nethys. So, oh yeah, I was talking about my Pathfinder character. It's just 1 D10. That one mystical D10 that's sitting out, not a part of a set. That's your lucky D10, I'm telling you. So there's this thing called the Star Stone. I don't know how it got to where it is. I don't know why it is where it is. All I know is it has a trial that kills people by the thousands whenever they try to go through the trial. But if you get through the trial, you get some kind of magical wish and power, and among those is you can gain godly power. And an entire town has sprung up around the Starstone, on the Starstone Island. And one night, I just think D6s are very versatile because so many game systems use them. They're like the standard die size. So in this, I'm talking about Pathfinder lore, right? This Starstone, right? And one night on the Starstone Island at a bar, this dude named Caden got in a drunken bet that he could succeed the Starstone trial. He handed someone his beer or something like that and was like, hold my beer, I'm gonna go do the Starstone trial, and went in the middle of the night, and he was so drunk he didn't remember anything he did after he left the bar. He just remembers waking up on the steps of the Starstone trial with godly powers. And he's the god of like drinking and freedom, and like normally when you look at him, like I got the feeling that like you would see him as like this meme god that's all about partying and drunkenness and revelry, but he's also this god who's about freeing slaves, because he's all about freedom and freedom in all of its forms. And like his clerics and his followers are called to go on crazy adventures, so they have great stories to tell at bars and to do good deeds for the sake of the glory, and to also free slaves wherever they find them, whether the slavery be legal or not, to just free slaves, right? At least that's how I understood it. That is how I understood the lore, right? And I'm like, this seems like a really cool character, a really cool deity to have as the god of like a very everyman character, because sometimes I like to play an everyman, right? And so the character I was playing was a cleric who previously had been been a bartender, and then one day Caden walked into his bar and told him, I choose you to be my cleric, and I choose you to go on, and I call you to go on great adventures, to do good things, and to be a force of good in the world. So, answering, oh, you tweeted? Cool. So answering that call, he became an adventurer to go out and do good things in the world. And so that was my Pathfinder character. And I said, if I ever play Pathfinder 2 again, I would love to revisit that character, because he's an everyman. I tried to make some goofy stuff that like maybe his ex-wife had turned into a witch or something. Or like a demonic sorceress. But I don't remember. I'm not sure how much I liked that feel. All right, let's see. Nestle tweeted something. Right whenever you want. Okay, hold on. What is your Twitter, Nestle? Or you don't put a link, because it won't let you put a link in. Okay, well, I'm maybe break it up into multiple messages, Okusen. I'd be glad to hear about it. Yeah, I gotta do them, and gotta do those multi-posts. Go for the multi-post copy pasta. You are the master of multi-post copy pastas when you were doing that like multi-post copy pasta at the start of streams for a while. Every stream was a different part of the copy pasta. Okay, Nestle, have a good day. I hope to see you again sometime in stream. Embarrassing tabletop stories. Like, did you know your bards were supposed to be a buy when you first learned about D&D? No, I didn't. This is not quite TTRPG related, but it's kind of. So I my Minecraft skin is custom made by a close friend of mine. He made my Minecraft skin, also made my logo on my banner. Um and uh my my Minecraft skin has this story of this character I portrayed in an RP Minecraft server that I ran for a while. I ran it with some viewers for a while. It was really fun. And basically, my Minecraft character was the child. Well, first off, are you Nabaru? Are you familiar with Minecraft at all? Because I realize what I'm about to say is going to make little sense if you're not familiar with Minecraft at all. Okay. So my Minecraft skin, my Minecraft character was the child of the Ender Dragon and a brave bard. Yeah, CeeLo, you're not wrong. You're really not wrong considering how many people sing and perform. Yeah, you're not expressly wrong. And simp, yes. Yes, and simp. Um uh, Her name is Flosh. She is a Gestalt Warlock Sorcerer. I think that I talked about her in the server. She's the daughter of a demigod, my character in an ongoing campaign. Okay. So did you make her a well, I'll wait to hold my questions till after you're done. You said this is gonna be a multi-part thing, so I'll wait till you're done before I start asking questions because I don't want to throw you off track, Okusen. But that sounds exciting. I wish I could have got Nestle to tag me or tell me what their Twitter thing was. I would have added them on Twitter, especially if they went through so much to create a Twitter. They had to get a VPN and everything to make a Twitter. Blah, blah, blah. I still have to decide what I'm gonna do. They're changelings. We don't know which role my character played in her conception, but the name is Ebb. In this world, all of the GM's campaigns are in the same world. A demon that correlates to. I remember playing in a Nation RP vanilla Minecraft server. It was fun while it lasted. Oh my gosh. RP Minecraft servers are so fun for as long as they last. Like, I was so, like, okay, I went through a period where I was completely addicted to Minecraft. I was on there every day. I was very carefully studying all of the updates and all of the mods. I was putting all of the mods to try to craft this very specific gaming experience for my players. And what I realized afterwards was I was so focused on staying up to date with the latest mods, getting all the latest features, and keeping everything and trying to cobble together this cool playing experience that my players would have to update the game every single week. And like for me, that's fun, but for other players, that can be exhausting. And if I add a new mod, that just changes how the entire mod pack works. What I should have done was made one mod pack and then maybe updated it once a month or once every couple of months. And it would have made it a lot less exhausting for players to play on, and we probably would have got more players going. Favorite Minecraft stuff I've seen, stuff like charge creepers, baby Franks, zombies that force you to stand on it, giant ones, killer rabbits. Okay, here's the thing. Wait, what? No. Most, if not all, of what Minecraft players do to villagers is kind of a war crime. Like, just putting it out there. Most, if not all, of what we do to villagers in Minecraft is a war crime. Now, I tried to dress it up in one Minecraft Gundam? Did someone make a Gundam in Minecraft? Now you got me curious. I was making intelligence reports on other nations like I was some sort of spy master. At the same time, I was making an underground bunker. Our nation had a huge tower for a shared storage. Oh. Lots of murder. Yes, and lots of work camps. Villagers are not the same type of yes, no, the villagers are most definitely not the same type of person as the player. Yes, and all of the war crimes. Yes. All right, so let's see what this one says. A demon that correlates to demon. Ebb wasn't one of the two, but a separate wild card who could use their unique ability to polymorph into anything, literally anything, to potentially stop an invasion without the two predetermined. Yes, that is also true, Nabiru. I've seen the MatPat videos. I've seen the game theory videos. Half of the stuff that got Pecora labeled as a war criminal by the community was their treatment of, yeah, like, so in one of the servers I was on, I tried to make it better by making, by instead of putting my villager trading hall in a like 1x1 square, right? And having each villager in like a 1x1 square. I made a motel on top of, I put all of their workstations on the first floor, and then I put stairs and I put railings to protect them, and I had to place the beds on, I had to place 4 beds to a room and put all these rooms in this little motel, and I had it rigged up so that way every night, all of them, well most of them at least, would go up the stairs and go file into their rooms, and they would fill up the multiple floors of the hotel. And it was so cool. It took me so much effort to be able to arrange it for them to do that without hurting themselves. And then every day they would make it down the stairs to their workstations so that way I could trade with them. The last thing we see of Ebb is them trying to make a deal with their friend who contains the soul of one of the demigods to not become a god and break the cycle. Pecora, the VTuber who laughs in the Konami code. Yes. Flo is in the Feywild while this is happening, and since time flows differently in the Feywild, the next time she leaves is decades after the invasion that Ebb was meant to help stop. Oh. I think someone made a Mobile Suit Gundam mod last year. This, let me look at Curse Forge. What have we got here? I had an idea for once for a Minecraft Skyrim console or crossover. One concept I thought of is the villagers having some form of Thum or alchemy They basically create complex matter out of a precious gem. Yeah, something like that. What have we got here? Her power comes from her divine bloodline, wild magic attunement, and a pact made with an ancient fey creature. Ebb was an incredibly chaotic, leaning towards chaotic good entity, so Flo is determined to use her power more practically than Ebb, but she's currently in a world that is completely foreign to her. So does okay, I'm gonna hold my questions till you're done. Okay, there's more details that would take too long to explain. Sorry. No, it's fine. I literally asked you for multiple messages, Okusen. It's okay. So I guess my question is, so is she some kind of like isekai protagonist? She said she's in a foreign world, determined to use her power for good. Um, and you said one of your past characters is one of her parents, but you're not sure which parent because of changeling and because of like weird shenaniganry. The world is foreign to her because the last time she was in the material plane was technically decades ago, but she's only like 15. Oh, so she was a kid, and so like so she remembers very little, and what she does remember is gone. A demigod on Earth, I guess, could be foreign. Yes, could be foreign or non-human in the city too. That is definitely true, Nabiru. Give me 1 second, and I'll be right back. Okay. Hey, chat, I'm back. Sorry, uh my roommate just needed to talk to me about stuff. Um, were you all good? Was chat good? Was everybody nice to each other? You all better have been nice to each other. Let me scroll up in chat and see what people are talking about. Alright, let me see. Last demonic invasion seems to drastically change things. We haven't played that part in the other campaign, which is a tiny bit awkward. Oh, okay. I would love to do a Minecraft RP. I've been reading so much, however, when I think of demons now, I think of them as good guys and the humans are actually evil. That's a funny dichotomy. A funny, no, juxtaposition, I guess. Or just different. Contradiction of the norm. Some of them are in this world, but the ones that come every 666 years to attempt to destroy the material are a bit nasty. Fun. I'm waiting anxiously for more lore on the universe of Iruma-kun, but I have been avoiding reading the manga, even though I know that you're not supposed to care that much about it. Iruma-kun? You mean Welcome to Demon School anime? Yeah, Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. Agreed. The lore backstory even in season 1 seemed fun. There's so many hints towards stuff that just never gets explored because that's not the point, but I can't help but care. Though I want to know more about Ameri. Why does her hair look like fox ears? Why not just give her fox ears, lol. Lol. Also imagine if Ameri's first manga she read was a shonen rather than a tropey school love story. Oh, that would be amazing. If it had a trap in it, 100% success chance he would make a room of cross dress. She doesn't need to make a room of cross dress. He does plenty himself. I don't even consider it cross dressing. They look so natural on him. True. Nabaru and I are now sworn enemies. Maybe. We have a fight to the death scheduled. I just read your past chats. I know you're not sworn enemies. If anything, you're siblings in arms. I've read your past chats. You can't lie to me, chat. You can't lie to me. I read them. I read them all. Because that's the thing about chat. I can scroll up. They got deleted for vulgarity. What? Were you two throwing out vulgarities that the bots caught? Now I'm just imagining. Oh my gosh, my brain just went somewhere weird. Okay. Now I'm just imagining someone from My Hero Academia's world with the quirk scroll up. The ability to know all of the parts of any conversation that they join into. Join into a conversation and they can instantly know everything that happened from the beginning of the conversation even before they got there. What do you think? New quirk, scroll up. Useless for hero fighting. Could be great for investigation though. It would make a great power for like a detective. %, of 8 billion people that quirks. There's a dude who has a speech bubble. Yes, you and Nabaru are like true rivals, constantly making each other better, Okusen. Whenever I think of rivals, I keep thinking of like, well, first thing I think of is the latest Pokemon game where the rival's like your like a good friend who's like constantly clingy and completely dedicated to Pokemon battling and like obsessed with it and is always like, you're gonna battle me, right? You're gonna battle me, right? You're gonna battle me, right? Whereas constantly making each other worse. That's why we're fighting to the death on October 23rd, 2025. Now for a bigger question, is Welcome to Demon School an isekai? I think Nabaru said it was like, I think no, Okusan said it was like kind of partially an isekai. Hmm. I would take that. I would say that's fair. Controversy on the term traps. Except the R anime memes community creating an offshoot called R Good Anime Memes. Yes, really. Gradually, both communities fell down. Oh no. Okay. The one very similar, I do not count as isekai, Rosario Vampire, as he can and does return to the normal Earth and back to the demon world. Yeah, I personally don't think that term trap is a healthy one, but people have different perspectives on it. Yeah, it's 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 complicated. It really is. Rolling King now has many Pathfinder 2 ebooks, and I'm hoping that he converts the new campaign to it. Oh, that would be really cool. People made high effort posts, got tired, but then in 22, our Hololive subreddit became fertile ground for those people and grew exponentially. And or Happy Wolf run something. We'll see, Okusen. Depending on what happens, if it suits my schedule whenever they start doing stuff, I might join in if they do a Pathfinder game and play my Cleric of Caden. Which would be really funny because I don't drink. So I would be a person who doesn't drink playing a bartender. But I think it'd be even funnier if I played a bartender who didn't drink. Or only drank when required. Yeah, that's interesting, CeeLo. That's like That's got a lot of stuff. That's got a lot of moving parts in there. Oh gosh, anything but that Nabiru. Anything but the Genshin character. Please, not the Genshin character. I swear I'm not a Genshin character. A dealer of poison that doesn't test the product on themselves. Yes. You know what they say? Don't smoke your stash. Yep, that's the phrase. Don't get high on your own supply. That's it, Okusen. I couldn't, like, there we go. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember, but where are those who share the memory? Is that a line from Genshin, Nabiru? Geo Daddy is. Please tell me that's not the character's actual name. Please tell me that's just like a fan nickname. Zongli. But I was there to see the rise and fall and then rise again of two communities. I think it's interesting. A lot of VTuber culture was influenced by it. That's interesting, CeeLo, to see how like you were there to witness this big community shift, and it's like it's one of those things where like you were there to witness these historic times, and it's like one of the what's that old thing where like it's a old like ancient Roman era insult was may you live in interesting times, or may you live in historic times, or something like that. They're dead and eternally tormented in gotcha hell. Oh, where are those who share the memory of their dead and being tormented in gotcha hell? Got it. Okay. I didn't put it all together, Okusen. Sorry. One second. The whole I'm a degenerate weeb and I am proud of it. Waifu wars, waifu worship, man of culture, all these elements were there. Yeah, I feel like the entire waifu worship thing really is a lot of what fueled the beginning of the VTuber boom. Right. You can have as many as you want as long as you know people will argue about it. Yes. So, you know, I was watching, uh, I was watching this YouTuber that I won't mention because I don't want to mention names, if I don't have to. And they were talking about the AI VTuber Neurosama, which I realize this has nothing to do with TTRPGs, but we're kind of just winding down for the night anyway. So, um, we're talking about anime, so I guess it connects. Have any of you heard of Neurosama, the AI VTuber? Basically, it's the same demographic that migrated, but also a lot of the problems in the VTuber community can be traced to this, as people tend to think of a real person as an anime waifu. Yes, exactly. You've heard of them. Okay. So, Neurosama is an AI that someone developed that is able to interact with chat, that is able to play Minecraft, um, and operate a VTuber avatar. This isn't like a person with a gimmick that their lore is that they're an AI. This is an actual AI that is doing all of these things. And recently, I think it was unveiled that that AI can react to videos. Where as it hears the people saying things in videos, it can react to them as part of doing all of this instead of just doing Minecraft. And this YouTuber I was watching, this YouTuber I was watching had this thing where he was like saying that he thought as soon as well, so as far as I understand it, Nabaru, I believe that there is a person that like turns it on and turns it off, and like and is like there in case it goes off the rails. But as far as I understand, the entire thing is operated by a person. Like there's not a person typing in lines. It is a chat bot that is connected to a voice-to-speech system that is reading input from chat, and also that is working off of an algorithm to determine what to do in Minecraft based on what blocks are in front of it. Right, so they can react to chat. So it's like a and so what this YouTuber was suggesting was that once this technology gets smoothed out, becomes much more stable, and possibly more entertaining to watch, right? And once it becomes more widely available, where someone is able to okay, where anyway, I got sidetracked again. I'm getting sidetracked left and right, center. If my psychiatrist could see me now, she'd probably be suggesting stronger meds. And so what this YouTuber was saying was that once this technology gets more stable, gets better developed, is able to do more things, has more functionality, and then gets sold or open sourced or released to the public somehow, that there are going to be companies that are going to be mass producing VTuber models as fast as they can. They're going to be mass producing AI VTubers as fast as they can get the models made. Yes, exactly, CeeLo. That we're going to start seeing companies are going to be farming that engagement bait. They don't even need to be successful. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm back. There have been Minecraft playing AIs for a long time, but mashing together, playing a game, reacting and voice synth, and speech recognition, maybe even image recognition AI. Base connects a fast-growing VTube company that works close with AI startup. But what they've shown so far is using AI to improve an augmented reality, letting the digital character appear as if it were in the real world and appearing that realistic depth and movement as if they were in the real physical environment. It's hard to say how things will go. The gimmick with an AI VTuber is that there are so few, so people are curious. Good night, Silva. Good night. Get some rest. Thank you for stopping by. It was great having you. I don't see a whole company made of AI VTubers become a thing. VTubing culture is basically a cult of personality. So the person's uniqueness matters a lot. Neurosama's uniqueness is that she's an AI. I think the thing that people are, I imagine AI ones, if it comes out, will just mix into the rabbit hole, like how people still watch anime and watch VTubers, which are the anime girls. Well, one, not all VTubers are anime girls. Speaking as an anime boy, thank you very much. And two, I think what people are worried about is that if between AI generated art, once they get to the point where AI can generate full VTuber models, yes, anime people, Nabiru. Once they get to the point that AI art can generate VTuber models, which we're almost to that point right now, right? They may not be well rigged, but they might be goofy. And then with that, what, CeeLo? What? If they are anime people, I mean, if they are AI generated, and then if the cost to generate new ones is ridiculously small, right? If the cost, if like after you buy the generator, after you buy the AI, you just duplicate it, right? Yes, you are very anime, Nabaru. Like if after they buy the AI, if they can just duplicate it ad infinitum, right? Then all they need is to just get a really cool model, get a lot of hype, have a lot of people show up for the initial stream, right? And like if they're farming on Twitch and stuff, you get enough people who show up for the novelty, you get a bunch of people for the initial stream, and then you get maybe like 100, maybe 200 people showing up for the streams afterwards, which is not much for a corporate VTuber, but that's still good numbers, and you just rake in those trickles of cents, those dollars and cents, from those medium level VTubers that might make partner, might not, and you just keep doing that, and each new one has a new design, and then you get a bunch of hype when you start, and then you get people who stick around. Yeah, the rigging would be interesting, because like I've seen some people take AI generated art and then break it apart and rig it. I like there was the whole thing with Pipkin Pippa. There was the whole thing with Pipkin Pippa where she made the AI generated VTuber generation, and people took it and made art and rigged those and turned those into real VTuber. Yeah, flavor. And you know what, CeeLo? I'm not sure if that'd be a bad thing. Mm-hmm. Like, when you describe it like that, CeeLo, Yeah, the Flavor Girls have become their own VTuber group, and you know what blows my mind? The Flavor Twitter account tweets advertising all of the girls' streams like you would expect from a company VTuber account. They are acting like a professional company VTuber account, advertising their talents. It is it is mind blowing that this became a VTuber group. I can't wait till they start doing collabs and stuff. Like Senna Bonbon has been really interesting to watch. But that again is a situation where very talented people took this AI generated prompt and made VTubers out of it. So like there was still someone pouring their heart, soul, and love into it. Mhm. So I want to ask you all, since you all know much about VTubers, I don't know how much any of you do anything with VTubers. I don't know if any of you do any VTubing stuff yourselves. My housemate was just talking to me, which is why I paused a second ago, and he's trying to get set up as a VTuber. And oh, you're now a VTuber, great. And um, he needed a program to run his model, his avatar. Um, and oh no, did Chad eat your post? Oh no, Nabiru. That's what we're calling it now whenever the bot gets something. Chat ate my post. But so he's running into this problem where like he's trying to put his he's trying to set up I tried to get him set up with vMagic Mirror because that's the program I use, right? And vMagic Mirror is not interfacing with his webcam. He has an external webcam, so it's not like a built-in webcam on a laptop. Yeah, yeah, Citria Lime became two people. I think that's funny. And they both just kept streaming, and the community accepted it. I got notifications on Twitter who tagged me on stuff. But yeah, so he's running into this. My housemate's running into this problem where his uh no, chat does not like fast food companies. I love the lead speak. I love the lead speak, Nabiru. I love it. It tickles my gamer heart. Elite. I'm gonna laugh if lead speak comes back in order to get around chatbot in order to get around chatbots now. And there's this whole thing he's dealing with where his sorry, I was talking about my housemate. Wasn't I? I got lost. I got distracted because I got a big burp. And I was thinking about chatbots not liking food companies and lead speak. But before that, I was talking about how my housemates VMagic Mirror won't interface with his camera. Alternate personas are also a consistent part of the VTuber culture, so just two radically different people straight up using the same model is extra funny. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, because it's normally the same person operating two different models, but now it's two different people operating the same model. No, oh no, Naberu. Oh no, oh no, oh no, Naberu. Were you trying to say something, Yabai, Naberu? Hmm. Make my smiley face. Hmm. No, I want squinty eyes and no. Squinty eyes and no. Yes, your rival is up to her antics. Looking at my model also reminds me that I want to change my model's eye color. I want to change it to being brown because it just looks kind of weird because I don't have silver eyes. But then again, it's like it's kind of the supernaturally aspect, I guess, kind of. I think KFC, McDonald's, or the redhead girl will get a VTuber. Maybe. Another thing with AI is scarily inaccurate voice synthesizer. I saw some shit with people making the AI say funny or bad things using hololive VTuber voices. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going around with using voice synthesizers to make people say things. And that's kind of scary. That's really scary. I think I saw a post. I didn't actually watch the video, but I saw it and I wanted to click on it, but I didn't know if I was emotionally ready. I don't know, Naberu. Maybe you could sense the yabai on you, Naberu. Maybe Okusen has just not reached your level yet. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that, CeeLo, because like Crunchyroll does it really well, but also Crunchyroll's an anime company. Like I haven't watched any. Okusen's over here with free reign. The chatbot just knows you, Naberu. It just knows it needs to watch you. But yeah, so like it's interesting. I keep hoping that my housemate will find a program that works for his camera, and I don't know how to help him because like it connects the VMagic Mirror connects to his camera for a second and then disconnects. Now the thing with the AIs, Neurosama got banned because someone tricked Neurosama into going down this really like terrible rabbit hole of claiming she didn't believe in certain historical events, which ended up spiraling into hate speech, kind of. And some people have also been trying to trick Neurosama into giving out the operators like credit card info. It was pretty. I mean, Neurosama got unbanned a few days later because like it was like a temporary ban. Uh, but like trolls are gonna troll. Um, and that's one thing where like I think even if you have, yeah. Nabiru, you managed to say the word. You said the word, Nabiru. Do I like Wendy's? There's nothing for me to eat at Wendy's. What am I going to get at Wendy's? I'm vegan. Am I going to eat their fries? So, so Nabiru, the D's nuts joke got past Stream Elements, but couldn't get past YouTube. No, it got past YouTube. I don't know which one of those bots. Yeah, it's got like it's a chat bot that generates based on input. But when you've got an entire chat scrolling through massive amounts of input, and that's one other thing, I think the AI VTubers are only going to be as interesting as their chat is, because they're using that as the prompt generation for whatever they talk about, or I guess what they're reacting to, what they're watching. If you have that as one of their inputs. Oh no. You're gonna have to move up the date of the duel between Okusen and Nabiru. Now, the only question becomes, what kind of duel will it be? Will it be the ultimate weeb duel of Yugimons? Or will it be the more traditional duel of Anime Jeopardy? No, not Jeopardy. Yeah, I think it is Jeopardy. Jeopardy's not the... Yes, Nabiru makes anime quizzes. Yeah, Jeopardy, that would be it. Best 3 of 3s with 3 different games. Be 3 best of 3s, so that's 9 different games, 3 for each round. Considering Nabiru makes anime quizzes, I think Nabiru, I don't know. You're horrible when watching other people's quizzes. You aren't too a real weeb, Okusen. Don't doubt yourself like that. Don't put yourself down like that. You're every bit as real a weeb as any of us are. You are a welcome and valued member of the weeb community, Okusen. Nabiru, that was evil. A real weeb will try to deny it. Oh no, Okusen's just in the soon phase. Speaking of people being in the soon phase, I think Okusen's Lancer character is kind of in a soon phase. What would you say about that, Okusen? Would you say your character, Abiona, is kind of in their soon phase? But like, I don't really care, but I kind of do. Oh, Nabiru knows what she can get away with. Not like I do anything soon. Oh, Nabiru's up to something. I cannot disclose to you, but you should be. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Is Sunday going to be intense? Are we about to see an entire shift in Abiona's character? Are they going to go through an entire character arc off screen? Just like how they eat things? Has eating things been an entire character development arc that's been happening away from everyone's prying eyes? There are only three. Oh, you made a change to the ritual. I can't wait to actually figure out what that is. I don't know how I'm gonna figure out what that is, but one of these days I'm going to. I don't want to see, like, I want to know what it is, right? But I also don't want to violate your autonomy by like trying to say you have to tell me what it is, right? Because I want you to be able to have this special thing about your character that is really special to you, that you reveal as a secret, and that way making sure there is no way anyone else knows it. There are only three things a wise man fears: a night with no moon, the sea and the storm, and anger of a gentle soul. See, Nabiru, that gives off a good man goes to war vibes. Oh, you like that quote? Yeah, like demons run when a good man goes to war. Oh, Okusen, did you just look up Neurosama? Yeah. All right. Tonight's been I normally don't look at the views or the concurrent viewers or any of that stuff. I normally keep that closed until I'm getting ready to end stream, but I was just getting ready to start winding down and I saw that information. I'm like, this has been there've been a lot of people coming through stream tonight. Ugh. We've had a lot, and even without looking at those numbers, seeing all the people that came through stream, and all the chatting we did, as we started talking about D&D, talked a little bit about Lancer, talked a little bit about Pathfinder. Like, a lot of people were able to share a lot of really cool stuff. We did talk about language. Yeah, we did talk a lot about language. What happened, Nabiru? Did the bot get... Oh, I wish I knew how to undo the bot doing that. I'm debating seeing if I can disable some of the bots in order to have them not do things. That kind of opens me up to a lot of stuff, but I think whatever opens me up to, I think I could deal with if it meant that my viewers wouldn't have to deal with so much goofy stuff. Imagine someone playing a Chuny whose powers and skills rely on them being a Chuny, so truth doesn't matter. Ooh. That sounds like a Sentai season, Akiba Ranger, where all of their powers were in their imagination. They were the unofficial Sentai series. Oh gosh, Nabaru. A Chuny it basically means yeah. So it comes from the term that means very important, kind of. Hold on. Let me look it up. I want to give you an official definition. So Chuny is short for Chunibayo. Here we go. Chunibayo or Chuny. Oh, it's spelled with 2 U's. That's funny. So Chuny is actually spelled with Chuuni. Oh, okay. So Chunibayo, often shortened to Chuny or Chutu, is an often derisive Japanese slang term for the embarrassing behavior of 13 to 14-year-olds. The term literally means middle school second year syndrome, often translated as 8th grader syndrome in US media. Oh. So as a colloquial term, I'm reading off of TV tropes. As a colloquial term, the exact symptoms of Chunibayo aren't entirely set in stone, but in general, Chunis act like overly melodramatic, know-nothing know-it-alls, who think of themselves as more awesome than everyone else because of experiences, abilities, and even special powers that they clearly don't have. Imagine kids trying to convince you in the most obnoxious way possible that they're accomplished ninjas who could kick your butt, and you kind of have the idea. Recall hearing about the character that basically had limited reality-bending powers tied to their imagination, or I bandage this arm because Kane's the black dragon, if I unleash it, will rampage. They have no power, but they think they have some kind of powers and skills, and they claim that they do in the most obnoxious way possible. And in their head, they're superheroes. Yeah, and being really annoying about it and carrying it over into everyday life. And I think all of us at some point in our childhood go through a Chuny phase. Like, I think all of us go through our own delusional, and when our imaginations are burgeoning, we're learning about the world. I think all of us go through a phase where we think we have superpowers. I think that's kind of a universal thing that happens at least once in our childhood. Because we see so many fantastical things. There's so much like superhero media. There's all of this stuff that like our childhood brains just have trouble processing. Uh, yes, there's the Chuny bio where they get powers, but they stay Chuny, and they're just like a really annoying eighth grader. Like Megumin has power, and she completely is obsessed with that power and talks about it all the time. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I was gonna end stream a little bit ago, but I got talking about anime and Chuny. Let's wind down for the night so I can go do dishes because my roommate told me that he was too tired to do dishes because he's been doing stuff all day long. As have I, but he's been just really tired and hasn't been sleeping well. When someone says they're slightly Chuny, a lot of times what they mean is that they are slightly delusional. They have their own imagination and delusions of grandeur. Um, and they acknowledge it to a certain extent that it is delusional. Um, but like you're not annoying about it, Nabiru. You're not telling us all about like the uh the kingdom of shadow ravens that you rule over. Yeah, that's a Genshin character, right? Fishy. Yeah. That's the only thing I know about Genshin because I watched one of Hattie Drago's Genshin streams. Like I watched like a couple of Hattie Drago's Genshin streams. Special. Yes, even speaking in Old English. Doesn't she have powers? Like I'm looking at her abilities and these seem kind of like her powers are real, but like the one time I watched a Genshin stream, they were like uh she was doing her Chuny delusions and everyone was kind of just rolling their eyes and then stuff started happening and then she got really confused and you realize she didn't fully believe her own stuff, so then seeing it possibly come true was shaking her. right. See if there's any memes to react to real quick before we wind down. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. This is a meme I saw someone share on Facebook. Let me read your thing before I read my meme. Before had one who just wanted to seem cool, but then got stuck in the role, and now has to basically be a chuny by acting well around others. Oh goodness. This meme is funny. Gonna stop telling people I'm autistic, it just alienates me more. Now I'll say I'm overwhelmed at leaving this party where everyone is drunk, it smells like Febreze and cat litter, because I'm a Virgo. They'd be like, yes, Earth sign. Go home and alphabetize something, queen. No way. Hold on. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. I gotta see something real quick. I gotta see something real quick. So I just saw a post that claims something, and I need to know if it's real before I talk about it real quick. Before we end, I promise we're gonna end at some point tonight. Let me ask. To see if this is true. So apparently it's something, Netflix just released something. Okay. So apparently, apparently it was like either today or yesterday, because there was the whole thing when Netflix said that they were gonna be like all devices that are on one Netflix account have to log into the main Netflix account's personal Wi-Fi in order to stay connected, right? Which completely undermines the concept of sharing a password with friends and family. And with like distance relationships and all that stuff, people like chipping in and splitting the cost, and community, because they just wanted every one person to have their own Netflix account because they want more money. They apparently released a statement that said that they're removing that plan, and they're claiming that that information was they deleted their tweet. And they were claiming something about how that tweet was posted accidentally, and I'm like, you didn't accidentally post it. You just got caught doing something stupid. Anyway, let's wind down for the night because, like I said, I have to go do dishes and I want to get some sleep so I can try to be active tomorrow. Because my roommate wants to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I want to cook tomorrow. So, let's say goodnight to everybody. Scrolling to the top to see everybody who was here tonight. Well, I can't scroll all the way to the top because there's too many people. Okay. So to Nabaru, to Nestle, to Wait What No. Yes, exactly, Okusen. The biggest deterrent to piracy is anti-piracy. It's treating your customers well. As long as you're providing a better service for the customers than what they can get at pirate sites, they will very often be willing to pay if they can. And if they can't pay for it, you weren't getting that sale anyway. But providing better service usually costs more money than they want to invest. They want to get as close to zero investment as possible to make as much profit because they're chasing the capitalism's myth of infinitely growing profit, and I cannot stand that entire theology of economics of this divine right of companies to infinitely increasing profits in a finite system. And all of the BS they do to accomplish it. Yeah, we don't talk about how Scrooge McDuck got his money. Anyway, so to Silva, Nabaru, Nestle, Wait What No, CeeLo Jones, Okusen. Did we have anybody else come through tonight? I said Silva. Yeah, I think that was everyone. To all of you who came through tonight and people who just watched quietly along and didn't say anything in the background, because there were some of you tonight. To anyone who just hung around and watched, and also to anyone who watches this VOD, I want to tell all of you, thank you for coming. And I want to tell you all that I love all of you and that I believe in each and every one of you. I like to end my streams with, good night, Wait What No. I'd like to end my streams with words of affirmation to share encouragement and positive reinforcement for my viewers. Yes, Wait What No, Nestle, Silva, CeeLo Jones, and your rival, Nabiru. So I want to say that I love all of you. I believe in each of you. I think that you all are wonderful, unique, and powerful. You each possess a special, one-of-a-kind energy that only you can bring into everything you do. I believe that each of you makes this world a better place just by being in it. I'm grateful every day to live in a world with you in it. I say this to everyone who's watching the VOD, everyone who's watching the stream, and everyone who is a part of this community. I say to all of you, thank you. Thank you for your time, your energy, and your attention. I hope you have yourselves a wonderful night and a great weekend. Always remember the Star Hunter motto, shoot for the stars, have wonderful adventures, live your dreams, and always, always, always stop to enjoy the meme. I hope that you would like the stream. It helps the algorithm with sharing this to other people. If you're watching the VOD and you have any suggestions, thoughts, comments, ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments. And as long as you're not banned, I will read them. I may not act on all of them. I may not get a chance to respond to all of them, but I do read all of them. As long as I physically can, because I can't read them if you're banned. Or hidden, or whatever the YouTube equivalent of banned is. I want you all to know that it is amazing having you here. Also, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Ding the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live and when I release any new content. Hopefully new content is coming at some point. We'll see what happens in the future. And if you want to keep up with what I'm doing outside of YouTube, there's a link to my Twitter as well as my Discord in the description below where you can join to follow me and see what I'm up to outside of here. I try to stay pretty active on both of those. Always remember, you don't have to pay to be a part of this community. You don't have to donate to be welcome here. Just your time and attention is payment enough. With that said, if you ever feel motivated to donate to improve the stream or improve my life, there are links where you can do that in the description down below. Have yourselves a great night. Rest well, everyone. Next stream is going to be Monday, 8:30 p.m. EST. Not sure what we're going to be doing. Maybe we'll do this again. I don't know. This is fun. Maybe we'll do another writing stream. Who knows? We'll see what people want. Maybe I'll just decide what we're doing at the start of stream. Who knows? Anyway, have a good night, everybody.